Welcome to another episode of Alan's Collection. Today I give you my favorite Star Wars character, a famous Padawan learner, an Army Republic officer, the Fulcrum. Of course, we're talking about Jedi Ahsoka Tano. Let's begin! Hasbro, Star Wars, The Black Series, Ahsoka Tano. Okay guys, today we're going to be reviewing Star Wars Black Series Ahsoka Tano. Here she is in her box. And of course, from outside of the box, she's looking very cool. I didn't expect this figure to look so fantastic as it does. I mean, the level of details that we can see, even though it's not out of the box yet, but I can already start appreciating them. Very cool. So, let's start with the front of the box. And as you can see, it's a window box. And we have here the figure itself and the two lightsabers. And of course, on the top, you can appreciate the logo Star Wars and the Black Series. And below we have the name Star Wars Ahsoka Tano and Ahsoka Tano again, and a warning there. Now, checking the side of the box, here we have an artwork of Ahsoka herself, looking calm but with her lightsabers withdrawn. And above her head we can appreciate the world between worlds. Okay guys, let's check now the back of the box. And on the left we have some information about the character, and on the right we have the same image of Ahsoka as we saw her on the side of the box. And below we have all the legal information and warnings. On the other side of the box we have an extension of the front of the box, where we can see the figure and an accessory. Now, we're back to the front of the box, guys. Let's check out the blister box. Okay, guys, here we have the blister box. And of course, you can fully appreciate the figure itself. And of course, the accessories as well. And in this case, the blister box comes in 2 layers. As you can see, you can remove the first layer and we still have the figure protected by the second layer. And we have here some instructions, legal information, instructions, warnings in this little paper, guys. And here we have it, just the second layer remaining with the figure itself. And that's the blister box, guys. Okay guys, here we have Ahsoka Tano in her vanilla pose. And as you can see, it's highly detailed. This is a Black Series 6-inch figure, guys. So let's start by checking out the outfit. She wears a vest, and below the vest you can see like a greenish garment. And we also can see 2 sets of belts. The top one, it's a gray belt with a silver round buckle. Underneath the top belt we have a brown belt, which is the Obi belt. And if you take a look on the back of the figure, we can see that she has the top gray belt tied by a knot. Very cool, guys. Moving back to the front, on the left we can see that Ahsoka is wearing the braids made out of silka beads. As you can see, she's wearing a black protection on her arms, and on top of that protection she's also wearing grey arm guards and of course brown gloves, guys. We can also see the grey baggy pants and the black boots with light grey shin guards. Very nice. Now, checking out the head sculpt, of course what always stands out with Ahsoka are her leku. Nicely sculpted leku, guys. The base is white and we can see the blue stripes painted on top of the white base, guys. And we can see the 3 leku, 2 on the front and 1 on the back. And as well, we can see the montrals. Nicely sculpted, guys. Now, checking out her face, we can appreciate the tone of her skin, which is orange. And also the white patterns painted nicely here. I believe the face does look like Rosario Dawson in her Ahsoka live action series. So that's it for the vanilla pose, guys. Let's check now the articulation for Ahsoka Tano from the Star Wars Black series. So let's start with the head sculpt. As you can see, you can move a little bit forward and a little bit backwards. You can almost not move the head to the left and to the right because of her Leku, guys. That doesn't allow much mobility for her head sculpt. So let's now move to the torso articulation, and you can move the torso forward, and you can move the torso backwards, and you can nicely move the torso to the left, and very nicely move the torso to the right. And you can even tilt the torso left and tilt the torso to the right. Now let's check out the arm articulation. You can move the arm forward, and you can move the arm backwards. And of course you can move the arm out as well. And we have elbow articulation. It's just a single jointed elbow articulation that we have here. And you can flex the elbow like this. And you can rotate the wrist completely like this. But you cannot move much the wrist up and down, guys. So not much mobility in that sense, in that part. Finally, let's check out the leg articulation. You can move the leg forward and you can move the leg backwards. And of course, you can move the leg out as well. And Ahsoka does have knee articulation, a single jointed knee. Quite difficult to find it, but here it is. You can bend the knee all the way up to here, very nicely. And we do get as well foot articulation. You can move the foot down and up like this. And to my surprise, as you can see here, she does have a rocker, but she does not have toe articulation. And that's it for Ahsoka Tano's articulation. Okay guys, here we have the only accessories that Ahsoka Tano brings. And as you can see, they are her lightsabers. So they have sculpted really nicely this pair of lightsabers. They're both white. It's like a representation of the long samurai sword and the short sword, but in the form of lightsabers, guys. So very, very cool. Okay guys, here we have Ahsoka Tano. This figure is based on her live action series from Disney Plus, Ahsoka. And of course the series starts where the Rebels animated series ended, with Ezra Bridger and Grand Admiral Thrawn basically lost. And the series of Ahsoka, we see the Rebels reunited and working with Ahsoka. But of course there are conflict of interest. Finding Ezra Bridger means that they will probably find Grand Admiral Thrawn, and that's what happens. So we see Ahsoka Tano train Sabine Wren. Ahsoka Tano almost dies, goes to the world between worlds, connects with her old master Anakin Skywalker. She has to fight Thrawn as well, Grand Admiral Thrawn. So it's a lot of things that we see in a very cool series, guys. So thank you very much for watching this review. Do not forget to leave a comment. What do you think about the figure? Give a like, and of course do not forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next on Alan's Collection.